Well, joining us is our GAA analyst, Collie Moran, to discuss all the weekend's action. And if we could start off with the hand pass, obviously confusion reigns once again, Collie, and there's a great inconsistency here with various referees. There was a bit of confusion at the weekend, different referees applying different rules.
Yeah, still a lot of confusion and a lot of frustration, both from players, managers and supporters at the various grounds around the country. Meath took a funny approach to it. They decided they'd go back to the closed fist for every pass, just to be sure, because they had tried it out during the week and were having a lot of problems on it. But still, down in Portlaoise, there was a lot of borderline hand passes blown up and the players all very confused. And then another big problem is there seem to be different rules applied up in Ulster, but in the Tyrone-Antrim game, where a lot of stuff was let go by Pat McEnany. So there hasn't been major controversy yet, but it is coming. One of these weekends, a big team is going to get dumped out of the championship because of one of these hand passes that one referee will let go and another won't, and there's going to be huge controversy over it eventually.
What's the best way of dealing with this? I mean, is the best way to have maybe a seminar with all of the players, bring them in and go through it step by step?
Well, the problem is now they can't change it because it was passed by Congress, and that was the crazy thing. It should have been brought in for next year's National League if they wanted to change it, and then give the players the chance over a couple of weeks to get used to it. But now they brought it in just ahead of the championship, and players have got to get rid of habits of a lifetime straight away, and that's just not going to happen. And the hand pass is such an instinctive skill as well. It's proven to be very difficult for the players to change, so I think it's just something that's going to be drawn out over the summer, unfortunately.
It wasn't much of a drawback to me, Collie. A great performance, 120 to 2-7 win over Offaly. You know, 120 is a good score in any football championship match.
Yeah, they were very good up front. It was good to see Shane O'Rourke back from injury. He's a very young player. Scored 4 points from full forward, and that's a big addition to them. Keane Ward's free taking was excellent as well, and Meath were dominant in midfield with Crawford and Mark Ward there. So looking good for the Royals. They've Laois up in the next round in the Leinster semi-final, and it'd be good to see Meath going on a good run in Leinster because the province really needs them doing well. Other big issue was the sending off of John Coughlin there. Straight red card. That just happened 3 minutes after half time, and really it was all Meath after that. Offaly just never recovered from the going down to 14 men. They did battle hard in the first half, scored 2 goals and went in at half time 2 points down. Niall McNamee particularly doing well up front, but they missed a lot of frees from Derby, a lot of kickable frees, and really after that sending half it was all Meath.
Are the glory days set to return for Meath? I mean, they've won 1 title since 2000. They've reached 2 recent semi-finals in the All-Ireland, so perhaps they're a side very much in line for success sometime soon.
That's it, and as I said, like, they look very strong up front. They have a few injuries in defence at the moment, and they conceded 2 bad goals, which will disappoint them. So I think if they can tighten up at the back, they could certainly push Dublin hard in Leinster and maybe end the dominance there that Dublin have enjoyed over the last few years.
No doubt people will be... the appetites will be whetted by a strong Dublin against a strong Meath clash. Collie, just moving on to Ulster, obviously Tyrone, defending Ulster champions, got their championship off to a decent start yesterday against an Antrim side. Again, a side that's been improving. The Saffrons have been improving over the last few years. So it was good for Mickey Hart's men to get off to a winning start.
Yeah, and they made a very good start to this game. Kevin Hughes with a goal in the first few minutes, and then Owen Mulligan with a spectacular goal just before half-time where he sold a dummy solo and put it into the back of the net. But Tyrone will be encouraged by the return from long-term injury of Stephen O'Neill and also Brian Dooher. Kevin Hughes had a great game for them in midfield. At half-time, you kind of expected they were going to blow Antrim out of the water. They had that lead. It never happened though. They were up to 9 points at one stage, and then Antrim got back into the game. Kevin Niblock got a goal, and they got it back down to 3 points at one stage. But just Tyrone's experience, I suppose, showed through. They were able to work a few scoreable frees, which they converted. On the other hand, Antrim missed a few points, but you know, they ran them close, and a good performance by Antrim. They've promoted from Division 3, got to the Ulster final last year. St Gall's winning the All-Ireland Club Championship. So a lot of positives for them, and they're certainly one team to watch out for in the back door.
And of course, Brian Dewar, heading for 35, still continues to perform heroics.
Exactly, yeah, great innings from him and a good performance yesterday, and good to see him back.
Just a quick word, Collie, on the other two games yesterday. I mean, Waterford beating Clare. Clare were hoping for a bit of revenge, having been beaten by Waterford in the league, but Waterford got the better of them again, and Louth, of course, accounting for Longford.
That's it, yeah. Louth, pretty scrappy game against Longford, but they did come through in the end, 111 to 107, I think it was, and it was Shane Lennon goal was the key for them there, but missed a lot of chances, but they'll be expected now to improve as the championship goes on. And Waterford, yeah, they might be one of the romantic stories of the summer. They've been promoted from Division 4, now a good win over Clare and Dungarvan yesterday. And they go on to play Limerick in the semi-final now, and so one step away from a Munster final, which would be great to see.